Dude, Liam, I just saw your Spotify Wrapped on your story. You Renaissance man, hell yes! Kanye, Drake, Jack Harlow, Tame Impala. What don't you listen to? Sorry, I shouldn't even be looking you in the eyes. A top 1% listener of Drake? Congrats, bro. Seriously, congrats. Like, you earned that shit.
Good morning, sweet world, and welcome to the No Dunks podcast on the Athletic Network. It's Friday, December 2nd, 2022. This is The Drop. I'm J.E. Skeets here in the Classic Factory, and alongside me, as always, that's Taz Mellis.
Podcast listeners, this is for you.
Next to him, it's the bearded one, my top shot hot boy, blocking shots at his run this morning, Trey Kirby.
Hey-o!
Hey-o! Great defense there, TK.
Yeah, my dirty little secret, Skeets. I hate defense because I think everybody can play defense. Because unfortunately, I can play defense. So if I can do it, anyone can do it. It's too easy.
And over yonder, making the magic happen, super producer JD.
Hello.
There he is. And here we are. Shout out to the stream team joining us live right now on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment away, and share the show. Go get your No Dunks merch over at nodunks.com. TK, as promised, threw on the Ho 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 Dunks Young Santa hoodie, which is available at nodunks.com. I think it's still available.
I think so, yeah. I think this is a...
That's a classic.
This is a classic. Gotta be available year-round. But December is the time to get in. That dank green.
That's right. So go to nodunks.com for that. Get in your questions and comments to nodunks@theathletic.com. You can hit us up on Twitter as well, at nodunksink. On today's Drop podcast, I think we got a fun one here. Taz, you got your worst of the week.
Yeah.
Nominees. Trey got new 5-Star Friday, which is the best or your favorite reviews from the last month.
Quick turnaround. Because we did the last one like in the middle of November. Luckily, the people came through.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
That's 5-Star Friday coming up later. We got Rapid Fire Fun. We got Tweet of the Night. And we're going to build some way too early NBA All-Star Game rosters and debate some of the positions and maybe who's in and who's on the outside right now. We'll get to that in a second, though. But first, one game on last night, and it was Killian Hayes time, Tass, leading the Pistons to an overtime victory over the Mavericks. I wish we had the Kevin O'Connor, tasty guitar lick right now for any time Killian Hayes pops off. But he was a star of this one. I should have told you to grab that, JD, in advance. But anyway, what'd you think?
Because KOC loves Killian Hayes.
He does.
And he loves to lick a guitar.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So, as in, play licks, not actual licks. So
we don't know what he does. Spare time.
Well, yeah. He doesn't film it, though.
No, we haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, okay. So anyways, Killian Hayes got it done.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was big shots, 2 big threes.
He did.
Well, he did. I mean, he's sort of a big part of it being Cade out of the lineup.
Yeah.
You know, Ivy had missed some time, so he was getting some point guard duty here. And over his last 4 games, is averaging 16.5 points, 8 assists, 4 boards, 2 steals, only 2 turnovers too, as their main point guard. This is sort of important for a guy besides KOC falling in love with. Everybody was writing off. I was this guy's a dud. This guy's a bust. But he's eligible for an extension this summer because of that draft. And he's still, 21 years old?
Still young.
Only in his 3rd year. And he hit 2 big three-pointers in overtime. And I thought he hit a couple of huge jumpers, down the stretch in regulation. The Pistons gave it away at the end to even get to overtime. They should have wrapped it up after 48 minutes. But he was really, really solid there, scoring 8 of his 22 in the overtime period.
Probably the best 4-game stretch of his career, I imagine.
I would think
here
so.
In year 3. He's got to play with shooters. I think that's the key. Space it out for him.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right. The good thing is that, his usage percentage is kind of slowly going up as the Pistons unfortunately lose ball handler after ball handler, but his shooting percentage is going up from the field and from three-point. Had a great game last night. He's probably not a long-term starting point guard, I don't think. Certainly not for the Pistons when they got Ivy and Cade ahead of him. But if he continues to show some skills here while those guys are out, he should at least be able to stick around as their 3rd guard.
Yeah, I liked what Casey said after the game. He's we need a point guard who can play quarterback on the floor. And Killian Hayes is our best playmaker. I think he's meaning that with some of the guys out of the lineup. But he's our best point guard. He's our best defender against point guards, which he is not bad at defense.
No, he's good.
And that's what we need from him. And basically he was Casey was sort of firing back at you guys calling him a bust, or you guys expecting him to be this lights out shooter, because that's where he does struggle efficiently, from 3 or even from the floor in his career. That's really not what we need. We need him to set the table and play good defense, and he can do that, or at least he's shown it. So, good game from Killian Hayes.
Good game from him. Disappointing from the Mavs'
Yeah,
perspective
sure.
that they don't get a W against a team that's at the bottom of the standings. Which the Mavs get up for big teams. There's no doubt about that. Once it comes playoff time, they will be feeling good. I think they'll be feeling ready. But sometimes with these sub-500 teams, they play to the level of their competition.
It was weird. They shot 53% from the floor, but only 48.3% at the free throw line. They missed 15 shots at the line in a game that they lost in overtime.
What do free throws do?
Holy crap, they win games. Yeah, they can lose you games. They had only shot under 500 on at least 20 attempts once in franchise history. Went 10 of 21 at the free throw line in 1998 versus the Nets. Did you want some real sicko trivia? Try and name some Mavericks players from the 1998
Eric
squad.
Dampier? Is he there? Sean Bradley? I was like,
Sean Bradley is definitely one.
I'm trying to think of terrible free throw shooters who might have been around back
Was
then.
Finley on the team
So
then?
let me tell you about Damp. He was not on this team.
Maybe
Or
a
at least not
Warrior
this
still
game.
at that point.
Yeah.
I said Finley.
Finley, yeah, that's correct.
Dirk?
No, not in playing in
play?
this game. Yeah.
That was when he was
It's
drafted.
very tough.
Oh, yeah, he was 98 draft.
This was the starting lineup. You said Finley. Khalid Reeves.
Oh, that would have
That's a
been
guy.
that would have been hard.
Yeah. Cedric Sabalos.
A bucket?
AC Green. Chris Anstey.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oof, former Bull.
Yeah. Sean Bradley, you said. And then Hubert Davis, Bubba Wells. And, I mean, that's basically it. Samaki Walker didn't play. Eric Strickland didn't play. What a
straight up
team.
guys. Those are just some straight up guys
anyway,
right there.
They were brutal at the line that game in 98 versus the Nets, and so were the Mavs last night, missing 15. Ugh.
Yeah,
and
and-
they're 10 and 11 now. This is bad. This is a very disappointing season here for the Dallas Mavericks with the way Luka's playing.
Yeah, I think it was the other end giving up 119 points in regulation to allow
Yeah.
the Pistons to be there. Even if they missed free throws, you give up 119 points. That's it's kind of tough to win. It's a lot of points to be giving up. So I think they have to be disappointed. Yeah, they're 10 and 11 in a Western Conference where it's there for the taking, but it sure feels like they'll be, in the sort of the mix of the mediocre teams, and then we'll have to play a lot of playoff series on the road. I know we're looking way ahead, but if you want to separate yourselves, beating the Detroit Pistons on a night when you've got the NBA spotlight on you, there's no other team, no other games happening. So it was unfortunate for them.
All right, let's get to making some super early All-Star game picks. Let's build the rosters. A few notes before we get into it. One, the All-Star game ballot from the NBA officially, it's probably right around the corner. Like, those things usually drop in, like, early December, and we start getting into first returns and stuff like that. So, yes, we're getting ahead of ourselves, but you watch. It'll be, like, next week.
They've done it
where you
on
can start
Christmas
getting
before, haven't they?
Is that one? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. And I think it's important to note, excuse me, I got a frog in my throat this morning, that we're not trying to predict who's going to be there in February in Salt Lake City for the All-Star game. It's like, if the All-Star game was tomorrow, who are the 24 guys? Who are the 12 reps from each conference?
The All-Stars from
Right?
the first quarter of the season.
Yeah. Right. I just want to make that clear. We're not projecting here. And because of that, because this is about who's going to make the team right now in our thought exercise, injuries and games played have to matter. So it's going to take some big names off the board, in my opinion. I sort of have a borderline, it feels okay to play 60 to 65% of your team's games at least. But when you get under that, when you're getting a lot closer to you've missed over half or just played over half, I think it's a little too many games missed. So,
I like that.
don't know
I
if you
like that
agree.
arbitrary percentage.
Yeah, I mean, you
I'm
got to
with
pick
you.
a number or not.
50 is too low. Just half your games? Nah.
The number for me was 11. If I saw 11 in games played, I was like, ooh, I don't think so.
Yeah, okay.
Seems too low.
Okay, well then I think you're probably agreeing with a lot of the names I've had to leave off.
Sure, yeah.
So in roster building here, we're doing 5 starters, of course, 2 guards, 3 forwards / centers. It's bigs. It's Smully and bigs, 2 and 3, and then the 7 reserves. I prefer, I guess, the idea at least of 3 guards and then 3 bigs and then a wild card, but I'm not tied to that. If you feel like there's way more better guards in, say, the Western Conference than there are forwards, then who cares? We'll figure it out. All right. So let's start in the West. Injuries. We're crossing off Damian Lillard. He's only played 11.
Yep. That's
of,
right.
22.
That's exactly
so that's
right.
half. Okay, well, maybe you'll disagree. I got Desmond Bane out of the mix, having only played 12 of 21, and he's injured, currently. And then Karl Anthony Towns, I'm taking out of the mix too because he's currently injured. I mean, if this game was tomorrow, he's not playing. He's out 4 to 6 weeks with a calf strain. Those are the 3 big names that I'm just saying aren't going to be in the
Sure.
Okay, so the starters. Okay, this is interesting. The guards, there are 3, I think, for 2 spots that you got to debate who gets the starting spot if you care at all. Steph Curry, Luka Doncic feel like the 2 locks, but man, does Devin Booker have a case to be made to be a starter? All 3 are going to be on this team, but like, can you convince yourself Booker, because of the team's record and how he's played, over one of those 2 guys?
I've got Booker as a lock to make the team. The thing is that, it's going to come down to voting. Surely Steph and Luka will be the 2 starters. It is hard to take them off of your starting team since they're like 2 of the top 4 in MVP voting probably right now. But Booker has played at starter quality, and the Suns are obviously the best team in the Western Conference, and he is on a run right now where he's looking like the best guard in the Western Conference through his past couple of games. So yeah, there's definitely a case for Booker, but he ain't going to win the vote.
Sure. Yeah. And you also do you really even care about, like, did the guy start the All-Star game?
Yeah, yeah, man. I care about honors.
Okay.
I love an honor. Who could forget Pau Gasol versus Marc Gasol jumping center?
Yeah. It was a special moment.
That was a special moment. First time ever. 2 brothers.
Yeah, but you never really remember. Like, down the road.
I know. I'm honestly
guy was
trying
the
to
starter
think of what year it was.
of that. It was 2016
There we
because
go.
we interviewed them.
Yeah,
no. Which one was the New York and which one was the
2015
Toronto?
Brooklyn?
15.
Right? Yeah.
Because we went to Toronto the year after.
Yep.
which was
Yeah,
16.
okay, 15. I always confuse which one was cold and then the other one was cold.
Which one was colder?
Yeah. So
It was cold in New York and then even colder in Toronto.
It was cool. We got to interview Pau and Mark together,
Yeah.
and then they jump balled a couple days later. That was,
But
that was
what
pretty neat.
I thought you were going to say, it's like my all-NBA argument. It's like 20, 25 years from now, when we look at Devin Booker's All-Star game selections, we don't get into the nitty-gritty of, yeah, but how many did he start? Like, we'd never do that.
Listen,
so it's
this
like,
is
you're on the team, you're on the team.
This is the toughest position to start in basketball in
Right
terms
here.
of the All-Star game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Western guards.
Okay.
There's no shame in being the 3rd guard to Curry and Luka. And that's what I think the case is
Yeah,
here.
okay.
Him and Ja, you can get in the conversation there. But those are the 2 guards that are right behind Curry and Luka.
Would you'd have Curry and Luka as the starters?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
If you want to get inventive, and I think that this is where
do it.
there's 3 forward spots in the Western Conference, and there's not 3 definitive locks
Yeah,
like
you're
there
right.
are at the guard
You're
spots.
right.
Jokic is there, and then after that, a lot of questions.
So you're thinking maybe a Curry Booker slide Luka to the 3.
Yeah.
To one of the small forwards.
Yeah, because a Booker taking the spot of he's taking the spot of like the second best forward
Yep.
behind Jokic. So it's like a Zion, Markkanen, Jeremy Grant, AD, Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
So that's fine. That would be the inventive part, but that ain't happening.
Yeah, okay. I do like that thinking, but
It doesn't matter. They're all going to make the team.
Totally.
They're all going to have a little star. They're all going to get the zip up, which I want. I want that all-star zip up. It's probably going to be a zip up or, clasps maybe, but it's a jacket, and I want it.
okay, we'll try and get to
I
one.
can't wait to get it.
All right, the forwards starting in the Western Conference. You said one already, Joker.
100%.
Put it in pen. He's there once again. And then, yeah, it is a little difficult right away here to pick 2 forwards. I have put down Zion Williamson, averaging 23, 6, and 4 on a good Pelicans team. I think, he separated himself a little bit from Ingram and McCollum there in terms of the star as the Pelicans. He's shooting nearly 60% from the field. He's played 75% of the team's games, so there's that. I went Zion and I went Anthony Davis. And I didn't feel great about it because of their record, but holy shit, this
balling.
guy's averaging 26 and 13. He leads the league in rebounds. His PER is nearly 30. He gives you basically 2.5 blocks per game. He's got to be close to the leaders in that. Best he's ever shot, efficient-wise. So I think it's AD. So I think it's Zion, AD, and Jokic as the starters. What do you got?
I'm a sucker, Skeets. I got LeBron as a starter. Honestly, year 20, this is simply a tip of the cap to the king. But I had Jokic and Davis. I had a Pelican making the team. I was willing to hear cases for both Zion and Ingram. I'm with you. I think Zion's like a tiny bit ahead.
Yeah.
So yeah, bump him up as a starter since LeBron's been missing a little time.
Yeah, he's played 14 games. Of the Lakers' 20. That is 70%, so it hits our quota.
But he hasn't been the best Laker.
I could
even.
not. Sorry, did you have then Zion and LeBron and Jokic? Or
No, I had Jokic, LeBron, and AD.
oh, see that I
It
hear
seems
ya,
crazy
It
to
seems
start-
nuts.
It does, but
Yeah.
it's not LeBron and AD's fault that the Lakers suck.
Okay. I couldn't get to two Lakers in this.
I agree.
That felt weird.
I can't get to 2 Lakers on the team. That,
On the team.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
I mean, they're 8-12, which is a lot better than they were a few games ago.
Yeah, sure.
But no, I have a problem putting both of them on. AD would make the team, yes, because he has been very good. He hasn't missed much time, while LeBron has. But LeBron will get his games in before this. The forwards. It's up for grabs.
It's very difficult with the forwards. Okay, let's do the reserve guards in the West though, because this is a lot easier. In fact, I just put 4 in there, so I gave the wild card to the other one. Hell, we might even have to add another guard if we can't get to the forwards. But Booker, because we didn't have him in the starting lineup. John Morant, you said. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and De'Aaron Fox. I have 6 guards in total when you count Curry and Luka. Is there anyone you're like, I don't know, or it should be McCollum or a Simons or somebody else over those 6 guards?
I like those 6 guards myself.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that a Blazer is going to make the team. I've got Lillard out as well. He'll probably be the guy come All-Star time, and he's had some more games. I like an Anthony Simons case, certainly, but I think the 6 guards you named are the guards right now.
Okay. So we have 3 forward spots open here, or bigs. Okay, he has LeBron in the starting lineup. You're not even putting him on the team?
Well,
'Cause I have him on my reserve team.
Well, listen. There's, for me, Jokic, Zion, and AD can start, I guess.
Okay, so those are your 3 locks, though.
Yeah, so listen, I'm taking 6 guards. So 6 guards, I'm picking 6 forwards, essentially. I think Markkanen should be there as a reserve. And then I think there should be a Blazer on there at this point of the season. Is it Simons? I went with Jeremy Grant.
Yeah. No issues with that.
So then there's a 6th spot for me. There's one more forward spot or whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
So I think there's 11 All-Stars: Curry, Luka, Ja, Booker, SGA, Fox, Jokic, Markkanen, Zion, AD, Grant. And then I went with Trey's opinion there. The argument of an honorary pick for LeBron. Why the heck not? Especially because no one like Anthony Edwards or Paul George hasn't been overwhelmingly phenomenal.
Right.
Yeah, it's an honorary pick at this point. So that
It's an honorary pick, but I mean, in the games he's played, LeBron still puts up
26, 8, and 6.
Yeah.
He's balling.
Yeah, it's like just odd that it's like a down year for him in terms of shooting the ball, right? Over the last couple seasons.
Yeah.
But those numbers for anyone else, you're like, oh yeah, guaranteed. We're like Lowry Markkanen, he's a lock. 22.5 points per game, 8.5 rebounds.
Exactly.
You compare it to LeBron. He
on a winning
there.
team.
He should be there. I agree.
On a winning team.
Yeah.
And you're not taking another Jazz player. You're already taking another Laker. You're taking two guys from a losing team. It's not their fault, but at the same time, I mean, you're taking 2 of their starters. It's got to be somebody's fault on that team.
And Lowry Markkanen, he's deserving of being there if it were to happen tomorrow, this All-Star game, for sure. And we'll see if he can keep it up and the Jazz can win enough games to actually make it come February. But he's shooting 53% from the field, 40% from deep on 6 attempts per game. And yeah, he's been a revelation, and he's in the running for most improved and all that.
I heard the best availability is ability. Nope, the best ability is availability, and he's playing every single game.
Yeah, 24
every
games.
single minute.
He leads the league in games played.
Yep.
There you go.
Just because the Jazz
Proves
played
your point,
24.
Tass. The best ability is not availability.
That's right.
Ability is the best ability. I'll
fair.
take 14 games of LeBron over 24 games of Lowry Markkanen.
That's why it's the dumbest argument. The best ability is availability.
So what?
Makes
LeBron could play.
zero sense.
LeBron could play one game, and you're like, he's
there
an
has
all-star?
to be
No.
okay. The guy has to play basketball.
Like
Skeets.
4th or 5th best ability.
Okay. So it sounds like we're trying to focus in or zero in on Lowry Markkanen. We're saying is on this reserve squad as a forward. Jeremy Grant. It feels like we're all thumbs up for that. And then it is that final one. It's LeBron, or it's who else? So who the other? What about this guys? Paul George.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Anthony Edwards. We don't have a Timberwolf on there if it matters.
I don't mind.
Not at all.
Sabonis, I think, is
Sabonis.
a borderliner.
I think he's overshadowed a little bit because of Zion, and he's missed time. But Brandon Ingram has great numbers.
Yep.
On a good team. And then the only other name, DeAndre Ayton.
Nah.
I looked at his stats.
Yeah.
They're good.
He's not even as good as last year.
Man, The DeAndre Ayton hate from you is real.
What? No, it's not.
It has been. I've noticed for the last couple days.
You don't like facts? He's not as good as last year.
But he's good.
Yeah. So is Anthony Edwards. You guys just shut that down.
Anthony Edwards is not deserving of an all-star spot over DeAndre Ayton, who have the best record in the league. I mean, you're always saying, like, oh, we should reward these good teams. I agree with that. But, like, so why not a second son?
Anthony Edwards is a good basketball player. I mean, he's averaging 23 on fine percentages.
What's his availability?
Yeah. So.
Anthony Edwards, unfortunately, is like, he's a guard, first off, and he's going to be like the 9th Western Conference guard in the mix, in my opinion.
Okay.
No, well, I just don't think he's even close is what I'm getting. I didn't have him on my list about what about this guy's, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. You don't like scoring. You'd rather have DeAndre Ayton? That's cool.
No, I think he just deserves a little nod. I don't think he's going to make it. But I think it's LeBron or Paul George. That's that final spot for me. Lauri Markkanen, Jeremy Grant, and one of those two guys. And it's going to be LeBron. He's going to be an all-star for,
he will
what,
start.
20,
Yes.
20 years?
19. Didn't make it as a rookie, right?
19, yeah. All right, not a bad-looking team.
That's the Kareem run right there.
Hopefully we came to a decent agreement there.
I think the West is not easy, but I think it's easier than the Eastern
Conference. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of, like, you're like, okay, I guess we got to consider this guy, but, like, has he had an all-star year? Not really. All right, let's go to the East. Injuries. Ooh, this hurts, Tess. We got to take out Siakam.
What's the number?
He's played 11 out of 21 games. Right now,
it's over 50%.
We got to take him out.
He's on my team.
Oh, what? Oh, wow.
Well, you got a lot of average guys that, maybe it played 75%. Would you rather have an incredible Pascal Siakam at an MVP level, or would you have a very good player for 75%?
So rules are rules until they're not?
Well, what's 11 of 21? That's like 57%.
I took him off the board. He's always played great when he's played. Jimmy Butler, same thing. It's like right around the borderline there.
52%.
And then Tyrese Maxey, he played 15 of 22 games, but he's out for like 3 weeks right now because of the foot injury. So like Towns, it's like, well, he's injured. Like Bane, he's injured. So okay. Okay, you got Siakam in the mix though. So starters. Let's go with the forwards. This is like the reverse, I thought, of the Western Conference. So easy.
So easy.
But I think there's like 4 names for 3 spots for the forwards.
Yes, there are.
So that's why it's like the Western Conference guard spots. Tatum, Kevin Durant, Giannis, and Embiid are the 4 bigs. So who got bumped to your reserve?
Kevin Durant got bumped to my reserves personally, just because, I think Giannis and Embiid are big guys. Tatum is more of a wing than those two are. And I've got Tatum ahead of KD right now so far this season. The best way to do this, though, would be able to bump Jason Tatum to shooting guard. Because I think the second guard in the Eastern Conference, that's a tough call. That's the hardest choice here.
Okay. Before we get to that, are you fine with KD coming off the bench, or do you think he should be starting over?
I have Durant over Embiid.
Yeah.
He's played in 9 more games. I think that's pretty significant to this point. And, Embiid... Yeah, the effort level wasn't there, even though he could be an MVP candidate at the end of the day. But 14 games compared to 23, stupid numbers. They both deserve to be there and will be there.
Okay, so Tatum, KD, Giannis. That's who I had as my starters, and I had Embiid off the bench. But man, holy crap, 31 and 10, 5 assists for Embiid. He's played 14 of 22, which is like 65%, something like that. So he's played enough games. The guards starting in the East. I had Donovan Mitchell as a lock.
Yep.
Yes, you as well.
Yeah.
And then it was like, who do you go for the second guard? I put down Tyrese Halliburton.
That's what I did too.
Trey, who'd you go with?
I was debating between Jaylen Brown and Trae Young.
Jaylen Brown's nice.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown is having an underrated great season right now because Jason Tatum is playing at an MVP level, but he's been right there. I will say that the complicating factor is that he might actually be a 3 for the Celtics.
He plays like
they start
2/3
guards,
of his
right? Like they
yeah.
start who they've been starting, Marcus Smart and Derek White. Like those are their guards, I suppose. But he's guardish. He's kind of like a Jimmy Butler. Is he a guard or a forward? Who knows? And then Trae Young. It's weird because the Hawks feel like they've been a little bit of a letdown. You think Trae Young doesn't have any good stats, but he's averaging 28 a game and 10 assists.
I know.
Yeah, he's definitely
kind of hard to deny.
He'll be on the team, no matter what. But
yeah,
he'll make it.
Yeah.
But it's all a preference thing with your second made-up starters guard here.
So you went Halliburton?
I went Halliburton, sure. He's been really great at what he does. He doesn't score like Trae. He doesn't fire it away like Trae, but his team's better. Mm-hmm. You can argue he's got less talent around him than Trae Young and still has a better record than them. So, yeah, it's more of a feel thing. He's getting the most out of his boys.
Okay, yeah. If we don't cheat and put Jaylen Brown as a shooting guard, then let's go. Let's just go for the sake of this argument with Halliburton and Mitchell. And then who are the other guards? The reserves. Is Trae Young on everybody's roster? 28-10, despite a down year and a disappointing record-wise from the Hawks.
It feels like a similar thing which happened to Trae a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Started slow a couple of years ago when they went to that playoff run. There was debates as to whether or not he would be on the All-Star team, even though he had ridiculously good numbers. It's the same sort of situation, unfortunately, for him. But yeah, he makes it.
Okay. Who are the other, let's say, just two guards right now? Is it Darius Garland? Is it Drew Holiday? Is it Bradley Beal? Who else could you throw in the mix there? It's not inspiring. List, I'd say.
Yeah.
Guards wise, I don't have a lot of guards on my list.
Yeah.
I've got Halliburton making the team as well.
Okay.
What's OG Anunoby? Is he a guard?
No, he's a forward.
I think the Raptor call is a tough one because I think Siakam has been their best player.
Yeah.
But OG, he's got the availability out there. I think Jalen Brunson maybe gets his name thrown into the mix. And DeMar DeRozan is having a great season for the Bulls as a guard. He started as a guard last year. That'll be weird. That'd be a great Sporkle quiz. Starting guards in the Eastern Conference during the 2020s.
Yeah. Because it's some random ones.
A lot of different names.
Yep. So who are you going with then as your reserves? Just give me 3 guards on your team at least. Trae Young.
Backup guards, huh?
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown has to count.
I'm just going to count him as a forward, though.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But when it comes to reserves, things get all jumbled.
Oh, I know. Okay.
Anybody can make the team. There can be a referee on the team, and we wouldn't notice. No, Jaylen Brown is on the team, along with Trae Young as backup guards for me. I think Garland can squeeze in. He's got the seniority because he was an all-star last year. That always helps.
They're top of the Eastern Conference standings, too.
Well, you have to take a Cav. I know Mitchell's there, but I think he might sneak in as a reserve, especially with the whole just sort of, that guy's good. The All-Star.
It's tough.
The Brunson, the Beals. Where do you go?
It's very difficult. If you have Halliburton and Mitchell starting as your guards, and then you have Garland and Trae Young, it's like, who's the third one? It's Beal, Holiday, Murray, Brunson, or DeRozan. I think you guys have said all the names, and it's like, all 5 of those. I'm like, yeah, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. It's like Drew Holiday I would really make a case for, but I know we're going to get to Brook Lopez, and then it's like, now we're putting 3?
I didn't consider Drew Holiday.
Yeah, okay.
Really.
So I'm going to go...
DeRozan, 26 a game, 52% from the field.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, it'd be a lot easier if obviously the Bulls just had a 500 record or, a little bit better. It's weird that the Knicks are better than them. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, we'll sit on it.
Half a game better?
Yeah, I guess it's that close, yeah. Okay, the bigs. Embiid is there. Jaylen Brown will just slot in there as a forward. And then let's say there's 2 more with a forward and a wild card spot. I can throw a lot of names at you.
There's a lot of guys.
Let me just do it. You said OG
yeah.
or Siakam if you get rid of the games played issue. Brook Lopez. I know you guys are big Brook Lopez fans. We've been talking about him a lot this year. Bam Adebayo with the Heat, even though they're disappointing. Kristaps Porzingis, a sneaky case maybe. Kuzma maybe, but probably Porzingis over him. I doubt Julius Randle, but his numbers aren't terrible. It's not all-star numbers that he had the year where he was hitting 40% from 3, but it's not last year's brutal numbers. It's like somewhere in between. Anyone else I'm forgetting from the bigs list in the East?
No.
Want to make a cake? Okay, so who are you going with?
Where are we here? A backup big? I think the sneaky ones that get in for me are Brook and Bam at the end of the Brook Bam bench in the All-Star game.
Okay.
I think they both deserve to be there. Brook is doing everything. He is a monster, but Bam is also doing everything. He has been phenomenal. So, yeah, I think they both deserve it, and they both not only play like bigs, but Bam is a ball handler out there. I mean, he is creating out there, and he's their best defender. And Brook doesn't do as much offensively, but obviously Defensive Player of the Year stuff, and an incredible shooter. So I think they both belong.
Trey?
I got Lopez in for sure. Probably Defensive Player of the Year thus far in the season. He's doing it offensively as well. And then I've got if you're choosing between two guys, it's Bam and Porzingis for me is kind of the last big there. And I'm giving a little bit more credit to Bam because, like you're saying, his game has grown a little bit here. And there's nobody else you would make a case for on the Miami Heat at this point with Butler missing 9 games or whatever he's missed so far. Whereas Porzingis, you could make a tiny case for Kuzma. You could make a case for Beal. Yeah. They seem to have other options as well, whereas Bam, it's like he's kind of been doing it all for Miami since Jimmy went down.
Yeah, I think you guys are right here. It's like I'm debating between Brook Lopez, OG, and then maybe Porzingis for like my final like almost wild card spot on my reserve team. And like Brook has the defensive case, but you could say the same thing about OG, who's been, one of the best defensive players, especially on the wing position. And then does he do a little bit more offensively? He was asked to, obviously, when Siakam was out for a good chunk of time, even Fred VanVleet. So, man, do you have $2? Do you just have representative more from some of these teams that are just sort of middle of the pack? Does that make a case for Jalen Brunson? It's tough. The East is really difficult. I would almost say it's too early to do this thought experiment. When you really think about it. But let's hear from you on the stream team. It's always fun. I wanted to do this because, and I'm guilty of it. We're guilty of it. Like, it feels like every fourth player after a big game, we're like, all-star case to be made. All-star and then you start adding it all up, and you're like, well, there can't be 50 all-stars, so let's really try and narrow it down to, at least 24 to 28 names. And I think we're there. I think we're there right now, but things can change in a hurry in this league. Watch DeMar DeRozan have a couple 40-point games, couple game winners coming up.
Oh, you think he needs to have more 40-point games?
Yeah, I mean,
he's already had several.
I think more than the 40-point games, a couple game winners.
Needs a game winner. I would love a game winner. That's how we got the start last year, I do believe.
That's a big part of it. Absolutely. All right, let's hear from everybody in the stream team, everybody listening, watching later. Build your rosters or yell at us who we, blatantly omitted, didn't even mention, or didn't make strong enough case. We'd love to hear that. We'll take our first break when we come back. Worst of the week, nominees.
Grammarly. My old friend. But quite literally, I mean, No Dunks and Grammarly, we go way, way back. Almost as far back as this copy, guys, because according to this, I'm supposed to talk about heading back to school. It's so old that it's practically fresh again because people are getting ready to go back to school after Thanksgiving and going back for another semester. So well played, Grammarly, well played. And listen, I wish I had Grammarly when I was in school, and the internet, and a computer. All I had back then was my dad, who, truth be told, was a pretty good editor, but every mark that he made on my handwritten page he became more and more disgusted with me. That's what I love about Grammarly. No shame. Completely shame-free. Grammarly's digital writing assistant is like a trusted companion and friend who's only interested in being there for you and setting you up for success. Grammarly is a must-have for every student. And best of all, it's free to download and works on all your favorite devices and apps. The free version of Grammarly offers comprehensive spelling, grammar, punctuation suggestions, instantly proofreading your work as you write so you can be sure it's mistake-free before submitting. Grammarly Premium, when you're ready for that, comes with advanced features like clarity, full sentence rewrites, which flag and rephrase hard-to-read sentences, cutting down on jargon and making your writing easier to read. Jargon. A lot of people love jargon. Kids today love jargon. Just padding that essay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I used to do it.
Get your word count up.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? You get rid of word counts in essays, right?
Yes.
Just succinct, to the point. Premium even comes with a built-in plagiarism detection.
What?
Yeah. Just because I would always worry that this sounds like every other essay. I'm going to get flagged for plagiarism. Not that we had plagiarism detection back in my day. It was just the teacher's gut instinct. You didn't write this, you fool. Just one more way Grammarly catches the details that go into getting the best possible grade. Improve your grades with fewer all-nighters by using Grammarly. Sign up today, free, at Grammarly.com/NoDunks and get 20% off when you're ready to make that plunge and upgrade to Grammarly Premium. That's GRAMMARLY.com/NoDunks.
The holidays aren't all sleigh bells and mistletoe. They're also airports, shipping delays, and hours upon hours spent in a car. But you can give yourself the ultimate gift of a stress-free holiday with Next Evo Naturals fast-absorbing CBD products. You know the Donkey Boys love Next Evo's Smart Sorb technology. Oh, we love the Sorb! And we love it because it delivers CBD to your system in as little as 10 minutes, unlike other CBD brands. Smart Sorb upgrades CBD's natural absorption power, and it's scientifically formulated to deliver more CBD fast. In fact, Next Evo is the only brand clinically proven to deliver 30 times better absorption in the first 30 minutes. That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
So help fight holiday stress with Next Evo Naturals Stress CBD Complex Gummies featuring ashwagandha. Next Evo is the only brand that combines a patented natural whole plant ashwagandha that's 8 times more powerful than regular ashwagandha and their 100% US hemp-derived Smart Sorb CBD with 4 times better absorption than standard CBD. I'm no mathematician, but the numbers sound good. 30 times, 4 times, 8 times. You add it up. That's why they call it Smart Sorb.
Damn right.
They had to call the scientists to figure out those ones.
Too many numbers.
Yeah. I tried figuring it out. My numbers were way off. They called it Dumb Sorb. So nobody will ever buy that.
No.
Call in somebody who knows what they're talking about, who's very smart with regards to sorbing. So get smarter CBD from Next Evo Naturals and get up to 25% off subscription orders of $40 or more at nextevo.com/podcast. Promo code NODUNKS. That's nextevo.com/podcast. Promo code NODUNKS.
All right, back here in the Classic Factory, a little drop podcast fun. It's time for Worst of the Week.
Ladies and gentlemen, the worst of the week.
3 nominees for Worst of the Week this week, and the first one I don't think we've ever had as a nominee in the 18 years of the show, the National Basketball Referees Association specifically. This is a first, baby. If you remember, November the 4th, Spencer Dinwiddie of the Mavs took to the podium after the game and he said referee Tony Brothers called him a, quote, bitch-ass motherfucker. That's what he did. He called him that, apparently. So he said that. We all thought, well, that's odd. A referee using an expletive towards a player. They're supposed to symbolize, just professionalism. Never heard of that before. Well, this week it was uncovered by Mark Stein that the Referees Association forced Brothers to miss a game assignment. But there was no formal announcement because it wasn't a suspension without pay. So it's obviously they admitted that's what happened to me. That they admitted he missed a game because of what he did with Spencer Dinwiddie. He got paid and essentially had a night off because the NBRA didn't want to bring attention to it.
So as Trey, I think, tweeted, his punishment was having a day off, but getting paid.
Paid day
Yes.
off.
That's not a good punishment.
Yeah.
No, not good. It's not a punishment. It's a nice thing to do for somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also staying out of the vitriol of Twitter as well, because it wasn't announced by the Referees Association. So the clips didn't even really come back. You'd assume if a referee was suspended for a game, that the clips would start coming back. Oh, let's bring it back up. Let's go see Spencer Dinwiddie again. The investigative work would happen again, and Tony Brothers would get some hate, but he got none. I guess the National Basketball Referees Association protecting their guy in a way.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate, and the whole thing's unfortunate. The lack of professionalism by Tony Brothers. Again, it's not 100% confirmed that happened, but he had to sit down, according to Mark Stein's reporting, who obviously is in the know. Mark Stein knows what's going on.
Do you think Dinwiddie was ejected the other night when he popped Poole in the face for the high elbow, the flagrant 2 that caught everybody surprised? We're like, wow, flagrant 2 for that? Driving to the net? Was that, carryover?
It was
part of the referee brotherhood, sticking up for brothers, the brothershood.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah,
that's cool, actually. Yeah.
I'm just throwing it out there, putting my tinfoil hat on.
All right, second nominee, Kelly Oubre Jr. of the Charlotte Hornets. The Hornets were down big to the Boston Celtics, but that didn't stop Kelly Oubre Jr. from doing a little showboat. They're down 30 to be exact, and then he scored in the lane, and then he did the too small celebration that's happening all over the NBA. Again, down 30, pops one in. They're now down 28. Oubre drops a too small, and really he was bigger than his defender, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. And I'm not sure what happened afterwards. The crowd in Boston was saying something to him. He gave him a little heart gesture with his hands. That was the heart gesture, right? I think he was.
Did there? Yeah.
The second part of it, yeah. Love you, bud, or whatever it was. Yeah, everybody's got to score in the NBA, and Oubre's. Guess how much Oubre's averaging this season?
18.
Yeah, almost 20, 19.7. Pretty high.
It's actually a lot of points.
Yes, it is. Somebody's got to score on the Hornets.
Yeah, but the issue is to maybe don't celebrate when you're down 30.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Why not? Guy was too small. It's muscle memory. You score a basket, you're used to celebrating every single one. You don't know what the score is up there. Get your celebrations out.
I'd say if there's anybody who doesn't know the score, it's probably Kelly Oubre. I'm guessing. Just guessing. Kelly, you're having a good season, but you know. Either way, third nominee here, the Los Angeles Lakers. They also made a mistake on the court, but it was pregame. Pregame intro video this week featured the video from last year. What?
Oh, yeah.
So just to give you the picture here, they do their videos a little differently in LA. It's a curtain / screen hanging from the video board, and they project their pregame video onto it. And
hype videos?
Yeah, and last year's contained Carmelo Anthony, Malik Monk, Kent Bazemore, all the players who were there last year, but they were projected on a board here or on the screen this week. What's up with that? Just that. How does that happen? That is really strange. This is game 10 at home or whatever it was for that to happen. Thanks to Kevin Terstellar and Harrison Fagan on Twitter for noticing that and putting it up on the internet.
So it's the files are named very similar. They're side by side in the computer, and whoever was in charge clicked the wrong one. Like, that shouldn't be by each other. Like, it should be. I'm surprised they keep it. Yeah, blow it away or put it on a hard drive somewhere. Yeah. But that's got to be what happened, right?
Some sort of click problem by somebody, but a weird one because
it's like Lakers intro video 2021 and Lakers intro video 2022.
V3 final complete.
Right.
Oh, wrong one. My bad. They should have run the 1920 video when they won the championship. Get everybody excited.
Oh, you said 1920. I'm like, well, they had videos back then?
George Mikan out there.
But this is, again, game 10. Maybe in the first game, which would have been even worse.
Yeah, we have footage of George Mikan. JD, I'm putting you on the spot. I know. Now you don't have it. All right.
JD blows away the stuff we don't need anymore. Right. He's not.
That would have been great if you had dropped that, though. It'd been very funny. All right, so who gets it?
Who gets it?
I guess it's the National Basketball Referees Association.
Yeah,
suspend the guy. Make it clear why he was suspended.
Exactly. We wouldn't have known that it even happened if it wasn't for Mark Stein. Plus, I mean, you can throw in the carry factory that's going around in the NBA right now, the travel factory that's going around in the NBA right now. I think that's all part and parcel of the refs blowing it in November.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You're going to be keeping track of all the travels in December if they start dipping down, or are you just going to leave that to Tom Haberstroh?
Yeah, I'm sure Tom Haberstroh will come through. I started following Dev in the Lab on Twitter.
Yeah.
I used to only follow him on TikTok because the guy gets buckets. But now his thing is just going through clips of everybody who isn't Jordan Poole and saying, carry, travel, carry. Just calling himself the snitch ref.
I did see that.
Because anytime somebody posts a highlight, you're like, oh, sorry, that's a travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's no fun.
Funny.
But it's no fun calling carries. They're carries. But it's like you stop the video when Luka has the ball there. Of course, the video stops. You're like, oh, carry.
Yeah, it looks like
carry.
it, yeah.
Yeah, they're carries. But come on, AI carried too.
Let the boys walk. That's what I say.
Let the boys walk.
Our feet and our bodies move a lot faster than when Mikan was on the court.
Let him carry.
You think Mikan was ever called for a travel?
No.
Probably
they hadn't invented traveling yet.
Yeah, I
You can't travel when you're wearing a belt. You gotta take it off when you go through security, of course.
All right. Let's hear from everybody out there.
I liked it.
Is it the
You got
Referees
there.
Association getting worse.
NBRA.
NBRA. Yeah. That's what it is, but it's weird. I mean, like I hate doing it with the Players Association. NBPA. It's just tough to say. It doesn't
Isn't it the
roll off
NBA PA? Technically.
What did I say?
Well, you dropped the A, the association, in the middle.
No, it's NBA. It's NBPA, Players Association.
I thought technically it's NBA PA.
Whoa. When you say that, it's almost like I'm hearing you say NBAP. I don't know why, but you are saying NBAPA.
Oh, I guess it is the NBA. No, I'm saying NBA PA.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you are saying it. Good. You're saying National Basketball Association Players Association,
Yeah.
which
Oh,
it's not.
Double association.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
NBPA. Weird.
That's good. NBPA, NBRA. That's great. That's really great.
Okay.
Travel. Call me on something, man. Why are we talking about the acronyms?
Let's go to 5-Star Friday. Yeah, it's back. Best reviews.
Did we have this intro the last time?
Thiago Alves.
Everybody looks almost like an actor in that to me. I'm like, that's almost Vin Diesel. That's almost
Yeah,
Michael Caine.
that's how they got
but
the
not
gig.
quite. Exactly. Looking for a Michael Caine type. Please stop by. Okay, 5-Star Friday. Every first Friday of the month, sometimes the third Friday of the month, we will read 5-star reviews from Apple Podcasts because y'all always leave great reviews and they help us in the rankings, and we love to go up the rankings. Our first one comes from Piston Chris. Reliable old pod. 5 stars. Been listening to these guys for 12 years, and it's by far my favorite podcast. The consistency, dedication, and passion is clear. Hope you go for another 15 years.
Wow.
Reliable old pod. I like that.
R-O-P.
Reliable
old pod.
It's
It's a compliment.
It is a compliment. In today's podcasting world, it's nice to have a good old reliable that you can just throw on a 90-minute classic every day of the week. You always got us. We're always there for you.
Availability.
Yeah, that's our
We
best
got some
ability.
availability
It ain't
right
our
there.
ability, I'll tell you that.
I like that.
It ain't our podcast.
You think we'll be around in another 15 years?
I don't know. That's a long time. That's
That's a long time.
you're
2037.
you're telling me I'm sitting here and I'm 57 years old talking about
Kyle Kuzma Jr.
carries, you know?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Imagine the crazy moves people will be doing in 15 years. I bet you'll be allowed to take 3 steps by then. Mark it down. We'll come back to it in 15 years. We'll see what's happening. Our next one comes from Derek Warren. Title, come for the basketball, stay for the... not sure what it says.
Cut off.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it says. 5
Damn.
stars. I started watching these guys as the starters in my first period as a junior in high school. And their daily live streams are still how I start my mornings as a senior in college. Skeets, Tass, Trey, and JD bring inside the NBA levels of insight and craziness to discussing roast beef, beans, birds, eclipses, and everything Luke Cornett and the Boston Celtics are up to. They also talk about all the other teams, even the Indiana Pacers. That's from Derek in Cary, Illinois.
Cary, Illinois. Is that nearby where you grew up or no?
Let me see here.
I've never heard of it.
Cary, Illinois. It didn't ring a bell to me, and then I was gonna look it up, but it's in the Chicagoland area.
Okay.
Yeah, so he probably has some family who are Pacers fans. A lot of Pacers content this year.
Cary, Illinois. They love travel. So.
Cary, Illinois. Cary.
Thanks to Jeremy for the assist.
That'd be a great video, Derek. Go out to the water tower in Cary. Cary. I'll retweet it. You're getting one retweet.
Is he carrying water?
Yeah.
Or is he carrying basketball?
Yeah, you went a different path there that I didn't think you were going to take.
Oh, he's just going to the water tower where it says Cary on the water tower. He's going to video it and say Cary.
What about this? Let me propose this. Go down to the local pickup run and just call Cary on everything.
I like that as well.
Fit like referee, jersey, shirt, whatever, whistle, and just call a Cary on every single play.
Just call Cary every single play.
Because you're in Cary, Illinois.
I love it. Derek, you have a homework assignment. Sometimes that'll happen if you leave a review. You never know. All right, our next one comes from Joe Cool 97. What is this podcast? Beans! Banter, entertaining, abundant noise, sickos. Above all, it's a classic. I like this, except for noise. What's that all about? Joe. Noise.
Noise. Yeah,
Maybe he's referring to the boom on our mics we had for a while.
Oh, when we were when we'd hit the table.
We had the
and
mic stands and they would just reverb a little. or
sometimes the furnace is left on, or there's gurgling
We did have a
behind
gurgle the
JD.
other day.
There is a lot of
They got
random noise.
trains
Trains
going
going through,
by,
leaf
yeah.
blowers every once in a while.
Yeah,
Okay, fair enough.
There's noise.
He's right. He is right. Our next one comes from Podcast for Life. Woo!
For life.
Earworms. 5 stars. On a recent classic, Skeet sang Pass the Dutchie. And ever since I finished listening, the song has been stuck in my head. The only suitable form of payback? 1877 cars for kids. KARS cars for kids. 1877 cars for kids. Donate your car today. Thanks, Tom. From San Diego.
On a recent classic, that was 2 days ago.
I was actually surprised to see how recent some of these reviews
Yeah.
were. Pretty quick turnaround.
Yeah, because that was talking
Tim.
about Dutchie, and I just slipped in a past the Dutchie. I don't even think you guys
where
heard me.
That's where it came from, huh?
Yeah, we were
Nice.
talking about Darren there and his hot bod. Did anybody ever clip that and send it to him? Dutchie? No? All right.
I guess we got to pass it to him. Final 5-star friend. See, man, we've been doing this for, you said 18 years? I thought it was 16 years.
Yeah.
Some-
I didn't say 18.
I thought it was 18.
Yeah, you definitely said 18.
Who, me?
No, I did, I think.
Oh, you sorry.
18th season.
Yeah,
you say?
that's it. It's 18th NBA
Somebody
season.
said 18.
Yeah.
18th season.
Okay, cool.
Not years.
Oh, the Cars for Kid, like the jingle, the earworm. Do you think we're going to see somebody do that at their wedding? Bring a group together to sing? Because we just saw the O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly.
Which I thought they did an absolutely abysmal job in that clip.
Completely
Did
blew
you see the
it.
clip?
No, thankfully not.
You saw it.
100% I saw it.
It was disappointing.
I have to imagine they hadn't rehearsed or anything. They're like, hey, look at this. We got all the O'Reilly people around. Let's go
Yeah.
sing the song. Sure, we can do it. It's easy.
Yeah.
We all know it. But they didn't know the notes.
No, they
it seemed
mailed
like.
it in. Yeah.
Not great.
Auto Parts. Okay.
Final 5-star review comes from Drop Lover. The title is Lee Ellis Protege, 5 stars. I have a world-class idea. You should get Steph Curry to replace his mentor Lee Ellis on the pod. I'm sure Steph's got endless stories about his eclectic life, being an NBA player just like Lee did. Wasn't sure if you had considered this or not. Hope this message finds you with ease.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a great ending.
I hadn't considered it. But the reason that this actually made the podcast is the second part
Oh my
of
God.
this from Drop Lover, who says, and you know I'm waiting for the next Kapono. Sincerely, Dick Knows, the load manager. Drop Lover. Official Jason Kapono mentions 12. This guy has been carrying on a 5-star Friday review bit for at least 3 years.
Wow.
And once a year, we're going to mention one of these reviews, asking for Jason Kapono on the podcast. If you want to hear and see all the times he's been mentioned, Drop Lover here has it written down. And it seems like it's always about this time. There's one, in December of last year, October of the year prior, very early in the season, comes through with the Kapono tracker.
Wow.
So
I'm surprised he
Good
doesn't
stuff.
come up more around All-Star Weekend, talking about a 3-point.
It's a great point.
Win. Didn't he have one of the greatest scores? I think there. For
Very
a bit
high
in
score,
the
yeah.
3-point contest.
2 wins, no? Or just 1?
Did he win 2?
I don't know.
Kapono? I mean, there was
I
there was
just
a
wanted you
stretch
to say
where
it again.
everybody was
Yeah.
winning 2 in a row. Yeah, maybe he did. Let us know there in the stream team. Did Kapono win 2 3-point titles? I thought he only won 1, but
I just want to say his name again.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil things for the Drop Lover here, but I do plan on referencing Jason Kapono with regards to a current NBA player at some point in this season.
let's guess the player, Tass.
You could guess him. You can guess him. I'll give you hints to the player.
Kevin Huerter?
100% right.
Damn.
Great job. Here's the reference.
Damn, that's good.
Kevin Huerter is shooting like Jason Kapono and looking like Jason Kapono. Because I haven't seen a guy who started wearing a headband and the way his hair flops over it is critical to wearing the headband. I think he put a lot of thought into it, just like Jason Kapono did.
Kapono was a headband guy for times in his career.
At times.
Yeah, not all
yeah.
the time. He did win 2 3-point contests,
There we
Tass. 07 and 08, so that is when they were like back-to-back winners a lot of the time. Good call. He played in Greece at the end of his time.
I remember that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Didn't wear a headband then.
In Greece?
No. I remember those days. He wore a napkin, though, a serviette. He danced with it. He danced on the floor. He was a showman. Kevin Huerter's better than Jason Kapono, though. I'm fine with the headband thing.
As a
I love my-
player overall.
Agree.
love my
Yeah.
Kev.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay, just had to defend him there for a sec.
Nice.
Do you know Jason Kapono's parents' names? They start with a J. That's why I'm asking.
Jumper.
John?
Oh, I was gonna say don't overthink it. Not John, but what would you think the
Jim?
No, there's one.
James?
No.
Joe.
Joe.
Oh,
Got there. You guys got
of
there.
Joe.
Joe
Lot of-
Capono.
And then
Good name.
your hint
Sounds
for
like a
the
smoker.
mom's name is a famous artist.
Jewel?
No.
Frida.
I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna
Is
give
it
you.
a J name as well?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So a famous artist mixed with
Jackson.
the artist. Mixed with one of the starters in our All-Star rosters. That's the full name of the artist. Joni Mitchell.
Nice one. Nice one.
All right, we gotta take a break, man.
Yes, we do.
Holy crap! We're talking about Jason Kapono's parents. Where does that count in the tracker?
This is going to be a huge day for the tracker.
Man, we got the whole Kapono family going here. I'd like to find out if he has siblings, because you got to assume they start with a J too, right? If he has them. We'll look that up during the break. We'll be right back.
Well, I was at a lovely wedding a couple months ago. My man Ryan Setz got married. No, it was not a bowling-themed wedding. The former Canadian Junior Bowler of the Year doesn't bowl as much as he used to, although he did win some cheddar, his words, in a tournament recently.
Oh, nice.
Some cheddar, some Canadian cheddar. But I could tell Indochino was present at his wedding. I could tell. I was looking around, spotting him everywhere. I was looking for the bowling monograms on someone's suit. There were some bowlers there, I know. I know Indochino can sew a nice bowling monogram. They customize everything. I know, Skeets, you've got an Embrace the Day monogram.
I do.
I've got your pant leg, right? I've got all of everything. Just all of monograms everywhere. My chinos, my shirts, my custom cuffs, my custom collars. I got it all. Just olives. All colors too.
Nice.
All colors that olives come in, not crazy colors, not like white olives.
What colors do olives come in?
All of them. Green, for sure.
Yeah, black. Purple.
Black, purplish, yeah.
That's it.
Man, this ad is the pits. Anyway, sorry, Indochino. Anyway, I've got my measurements inputted on Indochino's website on their platform, and I'm glad they haven't changed over the years because I put them in a couple years ago. They're still there. Easy. Click, click. Choose your favorite fabric. Customize every detail to find the look that is perfect for you. I was impressed with the customization. Every Indochino suit is made specifically for you. It's a tailored experience at a great price. Shop their made-for-you suits starting at just $449 and premium fitted shirts starting at just $89. You can fine-tune every detail, lapels, linings, monograms, and more. Get a premium, personalized wardrobe without spending a fortune. Design your perfect suit with Indochino. To get 10% off any purchase of $3.99 or more, use promo code NODUNKS at Indochino.com. 10%, that's a lot of cheddar. That's INDOCHINO.com, promo code NODUNKS.
10%, that's a lot of olives.
Oh, yeah.
Champions aren't born, they're made. And the secret to making your business reign supreme? Shopify, the all-in-one commerce platform to start, run, and grow your business. Shopify makes it simple to sell to anyone from anywhere, whether you're selling warm-ups or wall hangers. It's time to start selling with Shopify and join the platform simplifying commerce for millions of businesses worldwide. With Shopify, you'll customize your online store to your brand, and you'll discover new customers, and you'll build the relationships that create diehard fans, like our diehard No Dunks fans. Shopify fields all the sales channels to grow a winning business, from an in-person POS system to an all-in-one e-commerce platform, even across social media platforms like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Social media, hot right now.
Social media?
Big time. Social media
yeah.
is having a moment.
I've heard about this.
Yeah, and thanks to 24/7 support and free on-demand business courses, Shopify is on your team every step of the way. It's a well-known fact that Jimmy Butler started selling $20 cups of coffee, no matter the size, in the NBA bubble back in 2020. But did you know that Jimmy brought his love of coffee and community to the digital world? Seriously, Big Face Coffee uses Shopify. Jimmy gets buckets, and Jimmy gets bucks with Shopify. When you're ready to take your winning idea to the world, team up with Shopify, the e-commerce platform powering millions of businesses down the street and around the globe. Try out Shopify for free today and start selling anywhere. This is possibility powered by Shopify. And sign up for a free trial at shopify.com/nodunks. That's all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/nodunks to start selling online today. That's shopify.com/nodunks. All right, we're back here in the Classic Factory, and we were right. Jason Kapono, his parents, both starting with J, Joe and Joni. I said, does he have a sister? If he has a sister, you can basically guarantee it's going to start with a J. Jillian Kapono. Jays. How do you think they did that, knowing they were going to have some sharpshooters in the family?
Nominative determinism. I think you're absolutely right, Skates.
I've never heard that before. That's good.
Joe probably had a jumper.
Joe
I'm
Kapono.
guessing Joni probably had a jumper too.
Joe and
in the
Joe.
family.
So
That's
they were
awesome.
like, yeah, let's keep it going.
Let's keep it going.
Joe, Joni, Jason, and Jillian. Shout out to the entire Kapono family. Okay, pick 'em results from last night. There was only one game, and we picked it. And Tass was the only one to go with Detroit. That plus 7.5. Obviously covered. Were you concerned at all when they blew the lead and then you're like, oh damn, now it's going to overtime and it's like, you could lose by 8 in overtime to Delta.
The overtime rule is bogus. The line should be called at the end of regulation.
Yeah, you've always said that.
Well, it should.
You're very consistent with that. But anyway, you got the win because they won, thanks to Killian Hayes there. So Tass is 1-0 in the month of December, and that's an L for Trey and I, who backed the Mavericks. So what's tonight's game? I know there's a lot more to pick from than just one.
Yeah, it's a good night if you like basketball. 11 games. A lot of good ones. 76ers, Grizzlies, Pacers, Jazz, Nuggets, Hawks, Heat, Celtics, Raptors facing the guy that they should have traded for, Kevin Durant, and the Brooklyn Nets.
There's some good games.
Bulls, Warriors, as well as that one I just threw in
Yeah,
there.
what?
Not the best, but
Just
yeah.
don't get blown out, my sweet boys. My sweet boys, keep it close.
Aesthetically is where I think it's going to be good. It's going to look good.
Oh,
The Bulls,
so you Bulls in red and maybe
Yeah.
some blue or white, I guess.
No, it's on ESPN.
Let me check the lock. Let me
in,
check
in
locker
the
room
Chase,
vision.
in Chase Center.
Check
I
that
don't know
one.
if the Bulls are wearing red. I won't be as excited if they're wearing white because you never know.
Agree.
But can you tell the night of?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now,
Yeah.
Tass. I'm looking at
Bulls,
it
keep
right
going.
this second.
It's towards a lot.
Yeah,
But they're wearing black, I bet.
Okay,
Recently.
one more scroll here. We got a blue and red matchup.
Yeah, it should be good.
Golden State Warriors in their blue statement edition jerseys, Bulls in their icon red. That's
There we
going to
go.
look real nice.
Should look
Aesthetically.
real great. But we're going with another big line like yesterday. The Bucks hosting the Lakers. Bucks are 8.5-point favorites.
Oh, wow. Trey Kirby going with Milwaukee.
Yeah, this is Lou Alcindor over George Mikan.
Oh, interesting. Because Lou Alcindor went on to become Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the
Lou
other
Alcindor
team.
never played for the Lakers.
Wow. Well, it's crazy. Makes you think. Okay, and then you're taking, you like the Lakers here. Keeping it close enough.
Yeah, the Bucks aren't spanking
That's the thing.
teams.
Yeah.
They're not.
No,
Do they
they're
take
winning.
Yeah.
They beat the Knicks.
Chris Middleton is back.
Yeah, and I like
Coming
actually.
off the bench, do we know? Is he starting?
I don't know.
Unsure on that one.
Yeah.
They're
Gonna
gonna have
throw
to.
him off a little bit.
Yeah, they're just gonna
New
throw them
guy.
off. That's why I like the Lakers to keep it close.
Okay.
They've been playing better.
Okay, it's a big line. Big line for Trey to get the win. Bucks got to win by 9 or more, and obviously Tass and I are hoping the Lakers keep it closer than that or straight up win.
You happen to know what the line was for that Nuggets-Hawks game?
No, sir.
Oh, I'm going.
You going down,
yeah.
to, going down to the Fortress
tonight.
tonight?
Going down tonight as a Nuggets fan, believe it or not.
What?
Excuse me?
Going with my couple of buddies, one of whom it's his birthday, and he's from Denver, so we're going as Nuggets fans. There's been
cool.
rumors that there will be 3 of us in a Birdman jersey. 3 separate jerseys.
You own a Birdman?
I don't, but he said he has 3 of them.
Oh, wow. Oh, you're getting on the broadcast for sure in
great.
Denver. Oh, yeah.
That
you
is-
better-
I don't know. I don't know about that because I bought tickets on Black Friday. Great deal. But I was thinking I'd be able to get the lower bowl. Guess what? Sold out instantaneously.
Oh, 'cause
so we're in
the
the
deal.
upper bowl where the birds
Where the
fly.
birds belong.
Well, that's going to be confusing, too, if you are doing this at the game tonight, because, the Hawks are the home team.
Ooh,
But you're wearing
interesting.
Birdman Nuggets jerseys.
I'm just going as a fan of birds
right.
tonight.
You can always swoop down to the lower bowl, though. Just walk on down if you want. Find some seats.
That's what I thought.
There will be some empties.
I'm pretty excited. Speaking of
2.5
birds,
point line, by the way. It'll be
Okay.
There you go.
Wow, that's kind of close, I think.
The Nuggets are
Yeah.
favored by 2.5.
Yeah,
That's surprising. I know.
they're good.
They're
John
good.
Collins is out. We forgot to mention that a couple weeks.
John Collins, yeah, and DeAndre Hunter.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of birds and basketball, I'm going out to my first G League game this Sunday.
There we go.
I'm going down to see the College Park Skyhawks.
Also a bird.
Yeah. And there is
really, but-
no upper bowl there, so I'm lower bowl, baby.
They just have a one-level nest.
That's right. I'm excited.
Who are they playing? Better be a bird team.
You know what? They play the 905 on Saturday, and I think they play the Boston team, so the Maine
Red
Red
Claws?
Claws.
Red Claws?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's who I'm going to watch.
Oof, the Red Claws and the birds. Birds are going to be swooping and grabbing up those Red Claws.
That's right, baby. All right, tweet of the night. Let's do it.
Tweet of the night. Wow. Twitter.
Did I just see Langston Galloway is on one of those G League
Is he?
teams? Love that guy.
So I love that man.
He's going to be back in the league.
I've met that man for 5 minutes.
He's a
That's
great
guy's
guy.
one of the nicest guys I've ever
He's
met.
a great guy. He's also met an animal friend of ours, Ben Lyons. He's friends with Ben Lyons, who is also a great man and animal.
He's a great man too.
Anyway, tweet of the night. I knew
He's
we'd
not
be
good.
going long, so I kept it simple.
Okay.
Good move.
From Lang Whitaker.
Oh, you mailed it in.
Oh, you better believe it. I mailed it in, but I'm also doing the show a favor.
Okay.
Keeping it short, Sally. From Lang Whitaker, the tweet reads, Friday. Yes. Now there's a dash between Fry and day.
Yeah.
I guess that's just how he hears it in his mind. I don't know if there's a reason behind that.
He does it every Friday too.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, that is a long-running
bit?
Lang Whitaker bit.
Scheduled, you think?
I don't know. It said 8:10. Could be. I would think yes. He does do it
sure.
every Friday.
That way you don't miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 8:10 Central. I did see it 9:10 Eastern. I know, it probably gives you the time in your time zone. Anyway, who
I've
cares?
always wondered that.
It must. Happy Friday to everybody out there.
It's like Jesus. He always does.
Avoid the
It's
bookings,
Friday.
beloved.
Avoid the bookings, beloved. That's right. Yeah. Now is he scheduling that? What are you guys doing with these?
Let us know.
Yeah. And then I think I think you should leave one of the meme accounts. They always do the photo tray. It's a Friday
night.
That's a song from the when he's at the funeral or whatever.
Oh yeah, or the person who does, ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
Oh yeah.
That's a great one.
The person who tweets that.
Yep.
They schedule, I'm sure, but
Yeah.
you can't schedule because there could be a crisis going on. You don't want to throw that up in the middle of
It's a bit of
something
a risk.
going on.
Sure.
Right. So, especially on Twitter, crises every day.
Yeah, there is. All right, let's end this drop podcast with some rapid fire fun. Trey, you got the questions. We got the answers.
Yeah, don't worry, Tess. These will be quick.
Yeah.
Fly right by. Yahoo's Jake Fisher tweeted this week that Sacramento Kings PR claims that the beam, quote, stretches further than the eye can see, end quote. That's a big beam. What's something you guys saw coming from a mile away, Skeets?
You're just going to have to trust me on this, but years ago, I saw it coming from a mile away, the proliferation of advent calendars. 10 years ago, correct me if I'm wrong, 10 years ago, the advent calendar, tiny chocolate, maybe a Bible verse, and that was it. That's
right.
all that was in them, okay? That's all we had.
What's in now?
Everything, Tass.
Everything.
I get what
Everything
you're
is
saying,
a
different
specific
types.
advent
Gotcha,
calendar.
Gotcha.
Let me tell you, everything. Wine, whiskey, dog treats, obviously little mini toys, maybe Lego, hot sauce, advent calendars, bath toys, National Geographic gemstones, stickers, Funko Pop figurines, luxurious beauty advent calendars. I think they really kicked it off, if I'm being honest.
The luxurious beauty genre?
Yeah, yep. Little creams, little fragrances, and then they started making an advent calendar for everything.
I love it.
Anyway, I saw it coming.
Oh my goodness. We have so many advent calendars. We have 6 advent calendars in my house. 4 humans.
Jesus, man.
A dog and a cat one. Twisted stuff. Tass, what's something you saw coming from a mile away?
Well, it actually kind of relates. I have an advent calendar from my cat. I think Nora brought
your cat?
No, for my cat. Sorry. Did I say from?
Yeah, I thought you said from.
Well, yeah, she brings us so much joy. She also gives us an advent calendar.
There are so many advent calendars that they're making them specifically for cats to buy for their humans. That's how many there are.
Anyway, what I saw coming from a mile away was after we put up our Christmas tree, I knew our cat would be all over that Christmas tree. So I had my squirter ready, my squirt bottle, to teach that cat a lesson. She's too fast for me, so I was way too late with the squirt. But yeah, she was all over every part of that Christmas tree.
Do you have a real tree?
I'm ready to squirt her. No, we don't.
Oh, interesting.
She does love the.
I always thought cats liked real trees to climb up them and stuff, but
they like every part of it. They like
Just-
hanging ornaments.
glitter up
That's
it all.
big. That's big. They like a hanging plug. They'll mess with that. You know.
Bat it around.
Bat it. Yep.
National Lampoons. Cat gets fried in the tree. Hilarious scene.
Great scene. Oh, I'm watching that this weekend for sure.
Oh, they just did a 24/7 marathon, I think, on TBS, where it was playing all day.
I love it.
A lot of sap here. Little full. A lot of sap. JD, what's something you saw coming from a mile away?
Almost nothing. Everything hits me usually when it's usually way past by the time I see it. But I did see an accident almost happen. Well, it did happen. I saw it coming a mile away. Lincoln, he was a toddler. I may have told this story before. Got out of the bath. Water everywhere, all over the floor. Then he started pissing all over the floor. You know, he was a toddler.
Yeah.
Laughing his ass off. And I was, you know, a few feet away from him. I was like, hey, man, just quit it, because you're going to slip. You're going to slip. And he slipped, and he fell right into the toilet. He fell, the seat was up, and he fell into the toilet. And I would, dead. On the floor, I couldn't even help him. I was laughing so hard. And he, to this day, has never forgave me for laughing at him. I think, at daycare that week, they were learning, you don't laugh at other people's pain and suffering. And, oh, man, it was one of the funniest things.
falling in the toilet?
If it had been water and he slipped and fell into the toilet, still funny, but it was pretty much his own piss, right? That he... and he was just with reckless abandon, laughing his ass off, just pissing everywhere. This is hilarious. And he fell in the toilet, and it was just a goddamn chef's kiss. And I saw it coming from a mile away. I tried to warn him. He didn't listen to old dad, and he fell in the toilet.
Did you try to flush?
Oh, I should have. I should have just flushed it. just to see the look on his face. But, yeah, seriously, never been as angry as
Wow.
He was, this is not funny, Dad.
Oh, yeah.
How old was he?
15 now. He was he was a toddler. He was.
Yeah, but he has that memory. I mean,
Oh
when
yeah,
you start
he started talking early. He's a genius, that kid. So.
he's a genius that pisses all over the floor and falls in the toilet.
He's using all his brain space on learning to talk young.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though, man. You never know which memory's gonna stick.
Exactly.
You never know which one's the core one.
Yeah.
Moving on, Spotify Wrapped dropped this week, and guess what, fellas? A lot of people spent a lot of time listening to a lot of stuff. Thank you to everyone who had No Dunks as their number one podcast this year, and a smaller thank you if we made your top 5.
Hey, we weren't kidding about not retweeting ones where we were 3rd or 4th.
Oh, if there
we
was
were number
another
one,
basketball
boom.
podcast ahead of us, no chance.
Yeah.
Number 1 or nothing, suckers. Anyways, besides work, what did you spend the most minutes doing this year, Skeets?
Yeah, it's a boring answer, but it's a true answer. Listening to wrestling podcasts while walking the dog. I do a lot of that.
You do know a lot about wrestling.
I don't watch a lot of wrestling, but I, for some reason, really enjoy listening to people talk about wrestling. It keeps me in the loop.
Can you imagine them in the squared circle?
Yeah, it's funny because
fun visual?
for the WWE, I know most of the wrestlers, so I know who they're talking about. But then I'll listen to ones about AEW, and I almost know nobody besides Mox and MJF, and it's so they're talking about all these wrestlers that I have no idea what they even look like, and I don't know. I guess I'm imagining it myself.
Characters?
Yeah,
It's like a book.
I like that.
But I love post wrestling. A couple Canadians. John Pollock and Wei Ting. They're great. And I'm a big fan of David Shoemaker and Kaz with theirs. And
Nice.
Cheap Heat is one of my favorite podcasts.
Peter Rosenberg?
Yes.
Still the guy?
And Dip on Cheap Heat, Brian Dipperstein, I think is his real name, but they call him Dip. He is one of the funniest people across all podcasts. This guy makes me
I've heard
laugh
that guy. He is
nonstop. Everything he says is hilarious to me. So, yeah, I just listen to a lot of these while walking the dog.
I thought when you said post, I thought that was another wrestling league for a second.
It sounds like
There's
it.
a lot of wrestling
Yeah.
leagues out
No,
there.
they're in Toronto, based in Toronto.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know who does work with them? I'm drawing a blank. Philip Chertok does, I believe, MMA work with them.
That guy?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, the other Phil.
Yeah, the other Phil.
That guy, he posted his hours listened to podcasts. He was in the top, it was like 250,000 minutes or something,
Wow.
which is like the top 0.1% of the world. I don't know.
You know
That's
what?
crazy. Something
You
ridiculous.
know what? I saw that. I did see that.
it-
It's Fishbulb, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Instagram. Yeah. It was a crazy amount. It was
Yeah.
the most I'd ever seen.
It's like, are there that many minutes in a year? I guess so.
He just has it playing on repeat maybe or something.
It's working, I guess.
Yep.
Phil Shertalk to me is like an AEW wrestler. I hear his name on a podcast all the time. No idea anything about this guy, what he looks like, but I feel like I know him.
Yeah.
Phil Shertalk, good guy, listens to a lot of podcasts.
I've seen him at our party in Toronto at All-Star Weekend. He had black hair. Curly.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got it now. Yeah,
Done.
the one with the black
Sorry,
hair, yeah.
I shouldn't have told you what he looked like.
This changes everything.
Yeah.
Tass, what did you spend the most minutes doing this year?
Well, not just no dunks, no breaks, no buffs, no bunts, but I listen to a lot of podcasts with no as the first name, like No Clue. You know that podcast? It's a crime podcast.
No.
No Boo. It's a restaurant podcast. And No Foo. Mr. T podcast. Mr. T is still doing stuff.
Wow.
I saw him on a billboard.
Mr. T.
Still making money.
Mr. T. You're the top 1% of Mr.
Yes.
T podcast listeners.
Well, it's just a loop. It's just a loop of him saying, I pity the fool.
I don't know why about that joke. For some reason, when you said no boo, I thought you were gonna be like a ghost podcast or
Sure.
something like that.
No, but it's
Paranormal
it's about
activity.
it's
but it's
about
about
the
a
Japanese
Yes, of
restaurant
course.
scene
Of course. it
in
is.
Atlanta, specifically.
JD, what did you spend the most minutes doing this year?
Yeah, it's, dad mode driving. I just drive my kids places. Rachel has it way worse than me, but basketball, jiu-jitsu, band practice, the band gigs,
Oh,
drama ensemble,
Wow.
choir practice, regular school, the gym. Like, it's non-stop. Lincoln's 16 now. He's going to get his license hopefully this summer.
Is that good or bad for you?
It's freedom.
you'll be
It's
pumped.
yeah. That's it. I'm done.
Yeah.
My Uber career will have come to an end. Well, until 2 years when our contract expires, and then I'll be Ubering again. But for real.
I've said this before, but your oldest especially, your kid is Max Fisher.
Yeah.
From
a little-
Rushmore.
yeah, pretty much.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like
he is.
dabbles in everything.
Yeah, he's got
He's
his
good at
finger in
everything,
it. He's
yeah.
he is.
Yeah.
He's yeah.
Do
He's
they
great.
have crossover? Like, do they do...
They're in the same band.
Okay, there we
That's
go.
it.
Yeah, that's right. Same band. Nice. Oh, that's everything else, though. You're going to 2 different events.
Yes.
That's
Drum.
a lot of driving.
Well, but there's drum lesson.
Sure.
That's just Jack. Yeah.
I mean, you guys are that's coming for you guys. if not already here
yes,
for you two.
yes, indeed it is. Yes, indeed it is.
Yeah.
Luckily, we're going to one place at a time right now, except
Yeah.
for Wednesday nights, gymnastics and basketball.
There you go.
You know how it is. Remember awkward family photos? I took one with my family. Just kidding. Anyways, the OG meme account just posted an Instagram of a family completely decked out in 1990s NBA jerseys, posed next to a ladder.
What a pick.
I know, this is so good.
Can we name the jerseys? So is that Kemp, Shaq, I'm guessing Barkley. Is that Robinson in
Gotta
the
be.
far right? Then we got Weber. I think that's a Larry Johnson too. And then who knows who the dream team
Who
is?
knows on the dream
Yeah,
team? You
okay.
can't see it all.
Those are like from the 90s, like the 7 most popular jerseys.
Exactly. I was like, it's got to be a Jordan USA basketball
Yeah,
jersey because
yeah.
that's the only thing missing from the.
Yeah, I
90s.
guess the Bulls. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Saw people trying to say that the Suns jersey was Cedric Ceballos.
It does look weird where the 3
Where
is.
the 3 is strange
Yeah,
for
but
sure.
it's Barkley.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
It's
I
gotta
have that jersey.
be. Look at the mom's earrings. Phoenix Suns.
cool.
Wow, I
Sunburst
didn't
logo
notice that.
earrings. This is a great look.
Why is the ladder there? Just
That's
to put their hands on.
We need some kind of structure.
That
here.
1 foot up from Robinson, the admiral in the back. He's like the captain.
That is pretty funny.
The Captain Morgan over there.
We've been talking about getting some new promotional photos taken of the boys.
Right.
It's been a while since we've had our pictures taken together. What group outfit do you think we should wear, Skeets?
Well, I gotta say, I was absolutely pumped when I saw Tass walk in this morning with a little bit of denim on, because we gotta take a denim shot. And when we all put our denim on, both jeans and tops, we're laying down like this and recreating this classic awkward family photo
that's good.
of a family, for those listening, lying on top of each other, all wearing denim.
What a stack up.
So we got to figure out the stack. I think Kirby obviously at the bottom being the biggest. Yeah, you're gonna have some weight on you, and then maybe a JD, Tass, Jerome, and me. I think I don't. Am I bigger than Jerome? I don't know. So no, I think I'm on the top.
Yeah, you gotta be on top.
So we'll be doing this soon in our finest denim.
That's amazing.
Beautiful
Yeah,
spot.
but that's. I mean, you got a lighter denim on today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have denim on top and on the bottom. That's what I appreciate of that photo.
Yes,
Denim,
very
denim,
much.
denim. Denim.
Classic Canadian.
Yep.
Cam Stewart.
Tass, what group outfit should we wear?
This was tough. I went with Star Trek.
Wow.
Yeah. I think we could pull it off. I like the tightness, showing off some middle-aged bods. And I think there's enough. I wanted a diverse one. You know, somebody can wear the futuristic glasses, whatever the hell those things are called.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking next generation.
Yeah.
There's a lot of eras.
Yeah, there's a lot of areas I'm not familiar. I think that's the most classic of the generations.
We could get Dub or
I don't know.
Steesh to like give their input
Art direction.
into art direction,
Yeah,
yeah,
nice.
because they are huge Trekkies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's all I got.
Dibs on one of the weird heads. I want a weird head if
Oh,
we're
yeah.
taking these photos.
Klingon.
Yeah.
Oh wow, full makeup.
Yeah.
Got to.
You got to be, I guess, Captain
Captain. Yeah.
Kirk. I don't know who is it.
Spock
There's a
or-
Kirk. There's
Yeah.
a.
Well, who?
Janeway,
Picard.
There's a Picard.
Oh, Picard is who I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. Bald cap. I was hoping for Worf. I wanted to be a Klingon too. But...
We can both be. They have to
not?
have more than
There's
one.
multiple.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to be Spock.
Well, now you're mixing your generations.
Okay. live long and prosper, man. Jesus.
JD, what's a group outfit we should wear?
I'm all about comfort, and I love a plaid, clearly. And I love a Guy Ritchie movie, so I want to get these gentleman tracksuits. The tracksuits from the
God,
film
yeah.
The Gentleman.
I'm in.
I think they're cool. They look super comfortable. Like I want every single one of these.
They're very
tracksuits.
cool.
They're very cool. I'm surprised it didn't catch on. Maybe because The Gentleman wasn't such a big hit.
I was gonna say, what
don't
is
know.
this?
That's
What are you
Colin
talking
Farrell,
about?
right?
You never seen this?
No.
Oh, it's a pretty good movie.
It's a movie?
It's solid.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
okay.
Guy Ritchie movie. Colin Farrell is the head of this gang. These are minor characters, but they all wear these tracksuits, and it's. Yeah, I just think they look cool. I don't know. I'm an old man, I guess.
Put it on your Christmas wish list.
Yeah, maybe I
JD.
will. Maybe I will.
All right, Jerome is chiming in here on Slack. He's very into these plaid jumpsuits.
Oh, great.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I actually saw a jumpsuit that Desmond Bain was wearing. I commented. It was on an NBA Instagram photo. I commented. I said, well, that is something about the jumpsuit. Then the company replied to me, oh, this is what they are.
Oh.
Jump on over.
Okay.
So maybe and I saw them and I thought, whoa, not cheap.
No, these things are really expensive.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and
you
I'm
have
not-
actual ones.
Yes. So what I'm saying is we should be sponsored.
Yeah.
Because I'm not buying a full jumpsuit, I don't think, ever.
No.
Top to bottom.
Yeah, well, it's not a jumpsuit. It's a tracksuit. There's a top and a bottom.
I didn't, yeah, tracksuit, right.
Yeah.
Jumpsuit, the term jumpsuit is
I
what
think it's
exactly?
just
Onesie.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a onesie.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, tracksuit. Yeah, that's what I meant. Anyway,
I can't believe
I'm waiting for the
nobody in their
sponsorship.
answer here for rapid fire for this final one went with the good old noggin boss.
Yeah.
No dunks, custom giant hats.
I love a hat. I love a big hat, but I'm not wearing one of those.
Oh, wow.
Even for the
Well,
clicks,
for the clicks and for the gigs, sure.
for the shits, gigs, and clicks.
Shits, gigs, and clicks.
What are we doing for?
All right, check out The Gentleman. It's great. I mean, it's
Yeah,
is
check
it
this
great?
out.
Is it? It's not great, but it's good. It's solid. It's a solid
Netflix?
movie. I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe
one of them.
It's one of them.
All right, that's Rapid Fire. That's the Drop Podcast. Had a blast. Hope you did as well. If you did, leave your boys a 5-star rating and review. You never know. You could find yourself on the next 5-star Friday when we get into 2023. That's the next month. Crazy.
It's the next month.
Crazy. Thank
January
you.
6th. Oof. I don't like saying that out loud.
Gotta change it.
We'll do it the day before. So, everybody joining us live right now in the stream team here on YouTube, thank you. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't. Tell your friends about the show. Got a couple good podcasts earlier this week. I already told you yesterday, but Is This Good? I got a chance to listen to yesterday. I know Trey did as well. Special guest Jackie Tone. No, that's not Is This Good. That's Is This Good. Yeah. The special guest, she's an actress, Jackie Tone. Hilarious. I think
she's
the
fun.
best guest you've ever had.
Just goddamn delight.
Yeah, and I'm saying that as someone that's been a guest. In fact, all of us have on Is This Good with Matty O and JD, but she was very funny and the topics were great, so highly recommend you seek that out wherever you download and listen to podcasts or on YouTube. Is This Good? Really, really funny. We also did a No Buffs Survivor recap podcast yesterday, recapping episode 11, which was a fun one there. You see, Tass was mentioning this at the end of yesterday's show, the last gas challenge. Gotta hold your breath as the tide comes in under the grate. How would you do in that, Tass?
Who
You
knows?
good? Yeah? You good in the water, in the ocean?
Nah, but
Salt
to
water?
me, it's not about the ocean. That's just about mental resistance.
That's true. That's a good part of it. Big,
You're
big
not
part of it.
swimming. You're just gasping.
Yeah, but do you like,
It's
do you like
100% about the ocean.
Do you
What
like
are
water
talking
over your ears and then over your face,
guess.
holding your
It's
breath?
about the
Yeah.
ocean. Not really. I think it's about water. It's about water.
Air?
50%. It's about air. It's about air. Can you hold your breath? Well, they were holding their breath for over a minute at times, like 9 when the tide.
I don't think so.
Yeah, this was a big
When the
debate
tide
on
got high?
yesterday's No Buffs.
I
Trey was
rewatched
saying like
yes-
90 seconds.
Well, I'm just saying, there's certainly a time where you see Cody underwater for 30 seconds. I counted it. I rewatched last night. And I think there are times where, like, if you don't time your breath perfectly, you go up and try and take another breath. Oops, still water.
Yeah.
I think someone.
I think
for a while.
we're like JD is right in that it wasn't longer than 90 seconds, but Trey's not really wrong that it was very long.
Yeah.
Like probably maybe a minute or whatever.
That's long.
Close to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you're lying on your back like that, trying to win individual immunity to stick around and make it to the final 6.
JD's just you're one with the water.
I like the
Oh
water.
yeah, he said he would win this.
I've actually changed my mind. I think JD would now win it.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
It's all about the confidence going in.
Yeah,
I love being in the water too, but I'm too scared thinking about it
Yeah.
ahead, and you're just like going in Owen style.
Yeah.
I'm gonna crush this.
Yeah.
JD
That's the key.
When JD said he would win this, I was like, well, that means he's winning it because JD is not one to be like, oh yeah, I'd win this, I'd
No.
win that, I'd win that.
This is the only.
Yeah, I've never heard you even
Yeah.
say that with such confidence. So yeah.
Yeah. There's no puzzles. There's no thinking. There's no running. There's no climbing. There's no lifting. It's just
Lie in the
me
water and
versus
hold
the
your breath.
water.
Yeah.
Hang in weight.
Me versus the water. Anyway, we had a blast talking about that episode, so go check out No Buffs. We'll be back on Monday. NBA weekend winners and losers. Let's hear from you all weekend long. Tweet them in at NoDunksInc. That's INC on the end. Your winners and losers. Try and make your case, and maybe they'll make Monday's show. Guys, have a great weekend. We'll see you next time. Clipper Bros.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Thanks for joining us. And remember, you can't schedule ahead your Happy Friday posts. We just saw what happened with January 6th there. Can't do it. Don't do it. Doesn't make sense.
Embrace the weekend, people.